Warning: sensitive content.
When you see in certain parts of the country where the Taliban has exercised a lot of control, we see reports of people who are activists or former members of the government. They're disappearing, ending up dead. If this is a harbinger of what's to come, then the Taliban 2.0 may not be what we think it is. It may even be worse than what it was before.
In some areas, they banned girls going to school beyond the age of 12.
The Taliban talks a lot about how it's changed and girls can go to school now. But I asked if any of these girls would be going to school, and I was told, absolutely not. Girls don't go to school. And when I said, why don't girls go to school? They said, Taliban says it's bad.
Next to the mosque, we find a classroom of young girls. But their teacher says they will only receive religious education and will not attend regular school.
We were living in Herat and we escaped from Herat and came to Kabul city to save our life because also my uncles worked with the Taliban and they wanted to oblige us to forced marriage. And also I'm a doctor and my sister was working with the women's rights. She studied law, and also my mother is a teacher. My mother was the teacher of students in 8th class, the boys. Yeah. The Taliban don't let her to teach the boys. I'm too sure that they will kill us.
Afghanistan is one of the deadliest places in the world to be born a woman.
I have never felt it to this extent, helpless, hopeless, disappointed, poor and miserable in my life.
Our friends are going to get killed. They're going to kill us. Our women are not going to have any more rights.
Women have allegedly been tortured for venturing out of their homes alone, singing, having romantic relationships, and for not covering their faces.
تعدادی از بسته‌های کمکی که تهیه شده برای فامیلای نیروهای امنیتی ما که زخمی شدن در جنگ‌های اخیر توضیح بکنیم و با این حرکت خویی را اثبات بکنیم که خانم‌های افغانستان به خصوص خانم‌های هرات از طالب ترسینه دارن. اونا همراه نیروهای امنیتی خود هستن و مبارزه میکنن، چی با قلم باشه، چی با حرکات‌های مدنی باشه و چی هم با نعره الله اکبر.
In the areas that the Taliban rules, there are simple rules for women. Women should cover themselves from head to toe. Women are forbidden from walking outside the house. They should leave home only with a male relative. There are restrictions on girls' education. Despite its claims of being a new Taliban, all of this is reminiscent of the dark period.
This is an emergency now. It's nothing to do with process. They're just trying to save lives. Tens of thousands are trying to get through. At the front, they're being crushed. Paratroopers pulling people from the mayhem.
Continuing a conversation about the situation in Afghanistan during an August 19, 2021 work-related phone call with a Supreme Master television team member, our most beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai graciously elaborated further on the uncertain future for the Afghan women after the Taliban's takeover of the country. She also shared more of her wisdom on the differing aspects of the Western and Taliban systems concerning women.
Master, what makes the Afghan women so afraid of the Taliban?
Oh yes, you should do some research into what the Taliban's doing to the women all these decades, and then you understand.
Okay.
It's not just about being married away to anybody, that they have no choice. But it's about all kind of things, you know, the woman's rights, woman's dignity, okay, woman's choice. They are human beings. They are children of God.
Yes.
They cannot be forced. They should not, they must not be forced into any kind of situation that's degrading to their womanhood and motherhood, okay? According to all the reports, they force the women from young age to middle age to marry their own soldiers or fighters without their consent.
Yeah.
And in the world, if a man forces a woman into, you know, this kind of physical relationship, then they are going to jail.
Right.
Because like a sexual assault, like raping.
Yes, Master.
So the Taliban is forcing women to go into a relationship with somebody she doesn't even know, she doesn't like, she doesn't love. She has not the same ideal.
Yes, Master.
The blessed Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the Quran have never taught us to pillage other people's property, even if you think girls are property, nor force women into anything or any relationship against their will. So any Muslim engaged in any kind of activity contrary to this established teaching is betraying the Quran and the great Prophet's teaching. They should be punished according to Islamic law, not the gentle, innocent, faithfuls in the woman's form. May Allah protect the woman to whom the Holy Quran granted all freedom and respect. And normally the Taliban emphasizes ideal. You know, you have to live with an ideal, you fight for your idealism. But like this, they don't give women any ideal. The women, they have their own ideal.
Yes,
so they're forcing somebody into their own ideal, which sooner or later might explode. You never know. Yeah, the woman, they just want to have a normal life, some education so they can contribute to the society and, you know, educate their children in the right way.
Yes, of course.
Like this, a forced physical relationship will not make a good society at all because it will breed countless unhappy women. And unhappy women make unhappy marriages. Unhappy marriages contribute to an unhappy society. I don't know how any leader or any government would like to lead or to govern such an unhappy, stressed out society, you know, lamenting inside out like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's not a good policy.
No.
Yeah. They will not be successful. Governing a whole country full of sorrow, full of sorrow and unhappiness from inside the family already. If a woman is not happy, she is not going to make her husband happy, force or not, because a loveless marriage, an oppressive marriage, is no marriage at all. It's like slavery.
Exactly.
We are in the 21st century already. We don't have this type of thing.
Yes.
We should not.
Yes.
It's too backward, too uncivilized, too barbarous to treat a human, a woman with dignity like that. So they are scared, not just that, but it's against their will, against their ideal, against anything that they are dreaming of or thinking of, you know?
Right, yeah.
Suppose the men reverse their situation, reverse their positions, and became a woman, and was forced into this kind of situation, what would he feel, huh?
Yes.
If the Taliban leader was forced to become a woman and just pushed into anybody else's bed and then do that kind of sexual thing without their consent, what would the leader of the Taliban feel? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, understand, Master.
Yeah. They should do things with more consideration, more intelligence, more feeling toward the others, not just themselves. Right. Any government should do that.
Yes, Master.
Women, we want peace.
Yes.
To think the boy has to be raised up and then be another warrior and go out killing again, of course no mother would like that.
No.
No future mother would like that. No girl would ever dream of a family like that.
No.
That girls will be oppressed without any education at all, and boys will go out and to be whatever they name it. Yeah.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, and die horribly and bring many people to die with him. Something like that. That no woman can accept. No mother would like her son to be one like that.
No.
So that's why they're afraid of everything. It's not just about the Taliban. It's the idea behind all that. You got what I'm saying?
Yes, Master.
Anything being coerced, forced, or oppressed, or threatened into cooperation will never go well.
Yeah,
yes.
That's true.
Besides, you see, we are in the 21st century. Women became astronauts, you see, going to space. Women are in the scientific field.
Yes.
Women have invented many things that are beneficial to human beings, animals, and the whole world.
Yes.
And women have become prime ministers, presidents, and leading the world into prosperity. at least their nation. Of course, the world will benefit as well.
Right.
So the Afghan woman cannot be contented just to stay home and scrub the floor and always aye, sir. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Even though she has better ideas, she has more intelligence even.
Yeah.
Possible, yes. Many women have more intelligence than some men, that's for sure. So how can any country go forward in that kind of energy, in that kind of situation, that kind of very unhappy atmosphere?
Yes, understand.
Women, they are wise.
They are.
They understand all that. They can see far in the future. It's not just about themselves that they worry about. They worry about their country, their children, the future of their children.
Right.
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, I was wondering, so is then the Western society system better or the Taliban one?
You mean in general or for women?
For women.
Okay. Of course. Both systems have flaws, okay? Have good and bad.
Yes.
In the Western countries, women are more respected.
Yes.
Yeah. Almost everywhere are more respected. Like men, equal, okay? They have same job, same salary, same ambition, same positions. They can do what they want, provided they have the ability to give, okay?
True.
But then the Western people take the freedom too much for granted, too much over the border.
I see.
And forget that they should keep also their own femininity. For example, something I do not like about Western society is that the girls, they're wearing too short and bearing too much skin.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. They are flaunting too much of their assets, bearing too much, okay?
I understand, right.
That may be supposed to be sexy and provocative, but that also in turn a lot of times brings disaster for the girl, okay?
Yes. I agree, yeah.
Yeah, they provoke the men's hormones and then make them crazy, and then they will go after them and doing like a sexual assault or rape them, and then sometimes kill them, and that's not good for the girl at all.
Yes, not.
Knowing is scientifically indicated that men already have trouble controlling their hormones. That's why most of them have to marry. Yeah, fine, it's good. But some men are not in a married situation and their hormones are still there, stacking up. So if a woman is more provocative like that, like bearing it out and make the man feel even more provoked, their hormones are more raging, stacking up, rising up.
Right.
Then that's not fair for the men also.
I see, yes.
For in society we have many cases of sexual abuse or rape or related death.
Right.
Even within family, that's no good. I think in a family, parents should teach the children, especially girls, to wear more modestly, more decently, okay?
Yes.
So not to invite trouble.
Right.
If you don't wear decently and cover yourself more, of course the men or the boys like to look at you and you feel more proud, but that's it, not without risk. Yeah, and also they look at you in a sexually desirous way. It's not respectful and not love.
Yes, Master.
Love is different from sex.
Yes.
To love a woman and tenderly having a relationship with her is different than wanting her sexually only.
Yes, it is.
So the woman should also keep their own dignity and decency.
Right.
So that she earns respect. And then when she meets the man, he will love her only because of love. And sex comes as a second, side effect. Okay?
Yes.
Our society should be free, but freedom should be handled with wisdom.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, a woman should be wise enough to protect her own dignity, okay, and decency. Yes. You have to earn respect from a man before you marry him.
Yes.
It's better that way. The relationship will be happier and last longer.
Yeah.
Because even if you wear sexy clothes and you entice a man for that, and then he's blind, and then he marries you, but there are many more sexy girls around, everywhere.
Yes.
And maybe one day you lose, because the relationship is not based on love and respect.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
And in the Islamic system, there are flaws also. Like the women have to cover themselves from head to toe.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very difficult to see around like that. Some can stumble and fall.
Yes.
Or will not be able to see if the danger is coming.
Right.
Yeah, like maybe a corner car coming speedily, or a man approaching her, or some robbery of any kind, you know.
Yeah.
It's difficult to be more prepared.
True.
In advance, than if you can see better. And at work, if it's all covered like that, then the ear sometimes go boom, 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 cannot hear very well and cannot work very well.
Yeah.
It's an expensive, heavy, cumbersome garment which covers the entire body, and it includes a mesh panel covering the eyes. The veil is so thick that it's difficult to breathe. The little mesh opening for the eyes makes it extremely difficult to even cross the road.
And then covers like that is too hot in some countries, too hot, you know?
Yeah.
It's very uncomfortable, and it could also breed some illness. Maybe not very fatal, but still, you know, it's not very comfortable for women. In the Bible of both Christians and Muslims, it also has this, I think, that God made humans in their own image.
Yes.
In their own image, made as humans. So the human face of a woman and the human face of a man should not be hidden.
Right.
Because God has given us birth without any cover. Yes? And for the sake of decency in the world, then we cover ourselves. But the face should not have to be covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what my opinion is. But it's okay. It's not the worst thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still, it's very inconvenient for women to take care of many things. To do work outside the house or inside the house.
Yeah, it's true.
And also taking care, even taking children to school or doing something like that is very inconvenient. A little inconvenient. Not so easy to work with, the clothes like that. But in the Western society, they did the opposite and more exaggerating. So both sides should compromise and make the best use of both sides. I think would be the best.
Exactly.
Yes. The woman should keep dignity, that's for sure. But not cover all over like that. Like you have something ugly, something sinful you have to hide. Yes.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Thank you.
Also, for this system, sometimes you never know if underneath the burqa is a man or a woman. If a man, if he has bad intentions, he could be hiding something underneath the burqa. Yeah, pretending to be a woman and can harm somebody or can harm some of the government persons in an assassinating scheme and all that. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, Master.
Yeah. So moderate, I think, is the core.
Right.
Is the best solution for any country, especially for women. So if we oppress half of the society's population, meaning women, then we might lose, talent, exceptional talent, like scientists, astronauts, physicists, teachers, masters, spiritual guides, presidents, prime minister, etc., We might lose so much. so much talent and workforce by eliminating women in any society.
Understand.
Women should be given the opportunity, like men, to develop their potential, in order to help the world. God knows we need more wise humans to lead our world into a better situation. Also, don't forget that women are the mothers of all the prophets, all the masters that have ever graced our planet, and the mothers of all presidents, prime ministers, great leaders, virtuous statesmen of all time up till now, and also in the future. So we have to respect women. Women have to be protected and respected, and their dignity must be protected, must be respected, so that our world can function. Without women, we don't have the world that we have now. We don't have humanity.
Yes, Master.
The thing is, there's another side effect of woman oppression, of forbidding, is that I think the men in that situation or in that country are afraid of women. That's why they try so hard to suppress them. My suspicion. Okay? They know women are so clever and so successful if they focus on something instead of just scrubbing the floor and cleaning the pots. So they try to suppress them so that women become helpless, useless, and like a slave under the dictator of the man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I see.
Under the Taliban, they were virtual prisoners, flogged or even executed if they dared to defy their laws. A report by Global Rights estimates that around 90% of women here experience violence or are forced into marriage. Most suffer behind a veil of silence, never speaking about their torment. The safe house is full of women who are terrified of their families. Many are hiding from husbands who have physically or sexually abused them.
تراجسترین کس در افغانستان قانون تطبیق شود. یعنی انتخاب میشه سر کی باید قانون تطبیق شود.
While these patients were injured in accidents, they also treat women who have deliberately set themselves alight.
Her face, covered in bandages, appeared on her favorite football club's Twitter page. Sahar set herself on fire in front of a Tehran court in early September, after learning she could face a 2-year prison sentence. Her crime, attempting to enter a football stadium dressed as a man to watch her team play. The young football fan later died from her injuries.
According to a recent UN study, Bangladesh has one of the highest levels of rape in the world, with more than 1 in 8 men admitting to the crime. Often, these rapes are committed by groups of men, and in the most extreme cases, the victims are murdered.
Some facts about violence against women and girls. Globally, 1 in 3 women, or 736 million, have experienced physical and/or sexual violence. As many as 38% of murders of women worldwide are perpetrated by a male partner. An estimated 5,000 women globally are murdered by family members each year in so-called honor killings. 200 million women and girls living today have suffered from female genital mutilation. 1 in 5 women globally, or 650 million alive today, were forced to marry as children before age 18. 126 million girls are missing from the world's population as victims of female infanticide, malnutrition, neglect, etc. 2/3 of the world's illiterate are female. 82% of women parliamentarians in 5 regions reported enduring some form of psychological violence, including sexist remarks, mobbing, and death threats.
I do feel how they feel. I feel their suffering. I feel their pain. I feel their desperation. the whole world. I feel the animals' anguish. I feel everything, okay? That's why I suffer also.
I understand, Master.
All right, my love. God bless you.
God
bless all of you, the SMTV workers and supporters around the world, initiate or non-initiate. God bless our world.
Thank you, Master.
God bless all the leaders to see the logic and reason. May God enlighten them all.
Most benevolent Master, we are grateful for your unwavering, deep care and loving advocacy for those experiencing turmoil now, especially the vulnerable and oppressed. Our hearts are in prayer for the women, as well as other fellow beings on our planet who have yet to secure peace and freedom as their birthright. May the day come soon when everyone shall live as dignified and equally respected world citizens. Wishing beloved Master to be always well and tranquil, ever safeguarded by all heavenly goddesses. For the full broadcast of this phone call with Supreme Master Ching Hai, please tune in to Between Master and Disciples on Saturday, September 4th